All right, it's time to get started. Time to get started. Woohoo. Ready to go. Ready to go. Oh, we need some light. We need some light. Hey, what's going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? I appreciate everybody coming in. We will be getting started very, very quickly. Cindy, appreciate you coming in. Sit down and have a seat, relax. We're gonna have an awesome topic today. We're gonna be talking about pressure. Hey, Mr. Terry, appreciate you as always coming on and everything. Let me get you up here and everything as well. There we go, Miss Kalita. I thank you for coming in. Let me bring you up and everything as well. Appreciate you guys getting here and everything like that. Appreciate you guys. I don't know if everybody knows or anything yet, but we're going to be talking about pressure today. That's what we're going to be talking about. I always say if you're not early, you're late. So I'm always here a few minutes before. We're going to just start greeting everybody in. We'll get started promptly at about 10 o'clock. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So we'll get started and everything as that comes up. It's about another 8 minutes and everything. I had to jump on my spaceship and fly around today to get to everywhere I need to get to, but I made it. My spaceship came through. So I'm here. I'm ready for you guys and everything like that. How's everybody's day going? You guys having a good day today?
My medication got me floating on air, so I'm having a good day.
There you go. Feeling good. That's what it is. How about the rest of you guys? How y'all feeling today?
I'm feeling good. What's going on, bro, Chris?
What's going on, the wise Terry? Kalita, what it be? What it do? What is going on?
We here. We ready to get started. We ready to do what we
Ain't
do.
nothing
We gonna have a good time
but
today.
my husband made some quesadillas, y'all. OMG. Woo, child. I knew the reason I stayed with this man. Lord have mercy. Jesus. Make you want to just slap the dog.
Yeah, make you want to just talk while eating on them.
Man, you hear me talking, man.
And you steady
I don't eat
smacking on
much.
them.
You hear him? That's good. I don't eat much. So he was like, you eat a whole one. I'm like, nah, you don't ain't gonna eat no whole one. So give me a half one. And I'm good, y'all. I'm good. I can say one thing, he takes care of his wife.
There it is.
He's one of those Bible husbands. When they say the man love your wife like God, like Christ loved the church, I can literally say that this man does. And I don't know how I got so lucky. I ain't got lucky, I got blessed. Okay? I don't believe in luck.
Yeah.
I believe in
Amen.
divine appointments and blessings.
Amen.
You don't need but one, right?
Hey, what's
Just
up,
one
Duan?
until that one
Appreciate you
gone.
coming in as always, boss man. Appreciate you coming in as always.
Terry, I ain't going nowhere. Well, I told him we stuck. You stuck with clink. We clinking. We ain't going nowhere. Cause in this day and age y'all got now and all these problems that I'm seeing, I'm gonna stay with him until the best. We gonna be 80, 100 years old, no teeth, still trying to act a fool. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at right now.
Already.
I'm good.
I'm talking about the food. Cleta. You just tell them you didn't want but one quesadilla, but when that one gone, you're going to want another one.
No, so he cooked like this big old quesadilla. He split it in 4, so I always take half of it, and I'm good with half. I'm still trying to eat the rest of the half now, but he know I don't eat as much, which is kind of a good thing because I was telling you at one time I had got up to over 200 pounds, and it was the most miserable times in my life. So I kind of stayed my level between 169, 170. I stayed right there. So that's where I kind of stay at. So I don't eat as much as I used to eat no more.
All right, we're not going to talk about food no more because I still got to cook and everything a little bit later. So let's not talk about food while I'm on the live and everything. Let's not talk about food. Hey, what's up, Golden Chair? Appreciate you coming in, boss man. For all you guys that have never met Golden Chair, he is an awesome gentleman that has a lot of knowledge about a lot of things. So I'm glad he's here. Just sit down, Golden Chair, where you're going to see what we're going to do today and everything like that. We're basically going to be talking about pressure. So I appreciate you coming in. For everyone that's coming in, please be sure to share this out. Do your best if you can to show some love. We try to have really good topics, and we also make sure that we have panels that we can go and talk about stuff. This is not the foolish TikTok. This is the real grown adult TikTok where we come in, we talk about situations, and we try to solve problems. So if you guys are about that kind of stuff, please stick here and everything. Again, share it out. Y'all let it here. I appreciate you guys. Sit down, relax. We'll be getting started in another like 4 minutes. And everything. I usually make sure I try to get started right on time because I'm always like, if you is not early, you are late. So I'm always trying to make sure that I'm early and I'm there. I don't want to miss nothing. I don't know about y'all, but I don't ever want to miss nothing. Yeah, how y'all feel about that?
I'm with that.
You know, I feel like if I get there a couple seconds late and everything like that, I'm gonna miss the best part of something that's going on. So I want to be there for the whole entire show. You're gonna be for the whole entire
Absolutely.
show.
I'll take
Absolutely.
that. Take that. I'll take that. Take that. I'll take.
So I know everybody's got some plans of starting to go live, and I know I'm putting y'all on the spot and everything like that. But how far along down the line are you guys looking? Are we looking by the end of the month? We looking sometime in August? Like what are you guys' plans? What are you guys looking to do?
I'm looking to do live, just later on. I don't have a set date. I'm just
Gotcha.
I'm here for support right now. But I am gonna
Gotcha.
do some late night stuff later on. Um,
Okay.
Me and Roger doing some battling on the turntables a little bit, that type
Okay.
of thing.
Okay. Gotcha. Hey, if you guys can, y'all out there, could you send out the bat signal to the rest of the crew and everything like that? I know we've been talking and everything all day. People got stuff going on, but I definitely want to get started and everything so we can get on. Thank you, Khalid. I appreciate that. What's going on, D Nice? Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you coming in. Grab a seat, grab your popcorn. I think I left my popcorn in the house. Man, Chris, I went to go get my popcorn today and they's all out. So I had to go and get I did get the white cheddar ones. I did get the white cheddar
Right.
ones.
I got my popcorn chilling.
They they run out, man. Like I was telling you, there's a movie theater that's like right next to it and everything.
Right.
So I think people instead of going and spending $15 for the little thing of popcorn, I think they go in with their bags and stuff like that and just bring in the popcorn from there. So they go pretty quick.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I try to go to the movies whenever I can and just grab me a
Hmm.
big bag that they pre-pop and put in the big bag, and I go get them
Hmm.
and stack up.
I got you. Popcorn is by far me and you is like Simone says it all the time. We're like, we are definitely twins. She calls us Siamese twins. Um, because oh my goodness, me and you, dude, we do a lot of same things. That popcorn is our big thing. Is our big thing. Hey, what's up, Everett? How you doing, man? You know what? Let me bring you up here, man. So hey Everett, if you want to come up, man, the door is open. There you go. There you go.
What's going on,
What's
big
up,
What's up,
dog?
boss man?
Everett?
How you doing
What's
today?
good? I'm
Hey,
doing all right.
that simply
Appreciate you
popcorn
coming in,
is really
man.
good.
So what now?
I was saying that simply. I'm talking about pop. They're talking about popcorn. That simply popcorn is really good. Um, I've been eating that, and it's good. I thought it said organic on it, but I don't think it's organic. I think they just put it on to make the price higher. But it's actually really good.
All right, we got Lori coming up and everything. Let's get her in here and everything
Welcome in
like
the
that.
room, Chris.
It's time, Unc. It's 8 o'clock. It's time. It's time.
All right, all right. It
What?
is time to get started. Make sure we keep up with anybody else. If you guys can keep checking who comes in and grab the rest of the panel that'll be in shortly and everything. Make sure we get them up here so we can diversify
Welcome in the
this
room, Peaceful
conversation
Warrior.
and everything as we go. What we're going to be talking about and everything today is pressure. We all deal with pressure all the time in our everyday lives all the time. So I want to go on about pressure and everything. But what I like to do and everything before we get started is I always like to open up um, wherever I'm at and everything. The Lord is special to me. So I'd ask Terry and everything if he could help me out a little bit today and just come out with a scripture that's going to talk about pressure a little bit. And then we'll go from there.
All right, it's on me now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Get that
Okay.
scripture out for us.
Yeah. We're gonna come from James 1, and I believe it's 1, and I'm gonna read the
Welcome in the
third
room,
verse
Dr.
to you.
Okay. How you
Can y'all
doing?
hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes, I
got
can
you.
hear you. I can
Okay.
hear you.
All right. It say, well, I'm gonna start from 1 and 2. James 1 and 2. It say, my brethren, count it all joy when we fall into divers temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have a perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. If a man lack wisdom, let him ask God, that giveth all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. Okay? Pressure is temptations. Okay? That's what the word temptation is pressure. So when pressures come upon us, the first thing we're supposed to do is think about it. Wait a minute. This pressure, this is a temptation. This is trying my faith in God. Nope. I'm not going to turn back to the old me. I'm going to let God take the forefront. And we do the right thing. All right, Brother Adam, it's back into your hands.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you as always. Again, I like to make sure that we are doing this out here the right way. So again, we start. It might not be the best, what everybody believes in, but if you take the religion and everything out of the Bible and you look at the precepts and things that are there, they are nuggets that we can use to make our lives better. So that's the reason I put that out there all of the time. You can learn something from everything. I learn from everybody each and every day as I do stuff. So
Hey, can you drop me down real quick? I gotta go change my daughter's tire real quick.
I got you. I got you.
All right, love
When you
you,
get
Brother
back
Adam.
in and everything, just let me know if you want to come back up, and I got you. All right. So we're gonna talk about pressure, and what I want to do is I want to give you guys an example of like pressure and then what happens and the way that you take care of it. And I'd like for everyone, if you can think about it and everything now, look at something that's been a pressure in your life, and it could be anything. Like I want this to be a extremely broad and everything conversation and everything, so we get an opportunity to speak about all of it. All right, let me see. Let's get Roger up here. And I think Dante actually got himself muted and everything there. Hey, what's up, Raj? Hey, what's up, Adante? Appreciate you guys being here and everything like that. Just to fill you in, we're going to talk about pressure. We're going to talk about pressures that go on in your life, things that happen, and then what we do to solve them, or how pressures have made us fall down and not get to where we're going to get to, and everything like that. And what did you learn from it? So I hope this is open to everybody. It's a pretty broad subject, so I hope everybody has something that they can contribute to this, and we keep the conversation going. So let me start out first and everything. Today was a very pressure-filled day for myself. I had a lot of things going on at the same time. Um, there was just a lot of things going on. For me, I love pressure because I'm one of the people that I can do a lot of things, but I'm very very guilty of not of pretty much procrastinating. I procrastinate a whole bunch. I'm supposed to get something done, but because I can get so much done, I keep putting it off. I keep putting it off. Oh, I'll get to it like this. I can get it done quickly. I'll get it to this. And what happens is that pressure starts to build up. So I want you to think about like there's a pipe, and you have a pipe, and the pressure starts going through that pipe and everything like that. As it goes on, and if the pressure gets to a point that it's too much and everything as far as pressure, what's going to happen is that pipe is going to burst. That's the times that, hey, how you doing, Alani? Appreciate how you coming in and share, come in and share with us and being here. So if that pipe bursts, everything that was supposed to get done goes astray. But the flip side of that, the flip side of pressure and what it can do, because it can be really, really bad, but it can also be really good. Because one of the most precious things on earth that, well, precious as far as what people look at it for, and they've put a dollar value on it, are diamonds. Everybody loves diamonds. There are practical uses for it. It's a very hard, extremely hard stone. It's able to cut things when they make drills and things like that. They use diamond bits and everything to cut through harder stones. People use it as ornaments, they use it as jewelry, they use all that kind of stuff and diamonds, and it's pretty precious. Um, but a diamond is what we all want to be. So I look at pressure two different ways. I look at it in terms of it can break you, but it can also make you extremely, extremely incredible. So that's what happens to me with pressure. So my day, it was the pressure of as we're out trying to do the things we do and get our application of TikTok going the way we want it to go and everything. And thank you guys for the gifts. I appreciate you guys gifting out to the panel. Um, I know as time goes on, you guys will show love by if you like what you're hearing. First off, gifting the panel. Make sure that they're here. They're here of their own free will. They don't have to be here, but they've chosen to come here and support me on my platform. So make sure you show them some love by them being here. They're always going to have good takes and everything as well. There are also some free ways that you can support the whoever's doing the actual live itself. Right above me, that right above my head, is a little thing called a heart me. It actually gives you free points with TikTok, so you can build yourself up and everything. So while you're helping me, you get to help yourself as well. You can also see another way to help is we have live goals and everything. So we've gotten to 50% of our live goal and everything already. But I know we're going to go get that quick, and we'll keep putting goals up as we go along. The goal is to get to those goals. So, those are things that you can put up. If you have an opportunity to do that, please do that. I'm also like whoever is down in the bottom to share. So, put comments and things down there. We might miss something in our conversation. You might have a question, something you contribute. I have people up here that are making sure that they watch the chat that's down there, if there are any questions or anything like that, that they'll actually, make sure that they bring it to my attention and everything like that as well. So back to like pressure. The pressure that I had today was dealing with some things just in general life. I always say life be lifing. So I had a whole bunch of stuff in life that was lifing. Had to deal with all those things. Trying to put together some things and do a whole bunch more on TikTok to get everybody more organized. Teach people how to use this app and make it so it's better for their lives and whatever they're looking to do, have an opportunity to do it. So we spent a lot of times doing that. I was putting together some content for people and everything as well. Now I'm pretty good. I won't say that's a pressure as much as I've learned to do them pretty quickly, but putting them in the time frames with everything else, it was a pressure-filled day. It was extremely, extremely pressure-filled, extremely. I was to the last second making phone calls and everything. I got off the phone at about my time 8:45 and needed to be here at 8:50 to start my stuff up. So my dad used to say he was on the numbers. I was extremely on the numbers today. I was like down to the last thing of me getting it done, but I always know it always works out and everything. So that was my pressure-filled day. But I feel really good because as I went through my pressure-filled day, I got everything done. So now there's a adrenaline or whatever the chemicals are that go through your body. I mean, Dr. GLK will probably be able to tell us exactly what they are, but we know there are chemicals that run through your body to give you a boost, that lift you up and everything as you go along your day. So I have a really good higher feeling, a higher elevation to myself today because I got everything accomplished. And as I accomplish it this one day, I have confidence in it that I know that the next day I can do the same because I'm going to create a series of accomplishments over and over and over again. And it's like taking a walk. That walk has to start with the first step. So today is the first step, and then I'm going to build on it tomorrow, and build on it tomorrow, and build on it tomorrow after that, and just keep going until I get to my destination. So what I'm going to do and everything now is open it up to whoever likes to go. I always say we can do things one of two ways. People can raise their hand so that I can see who wants to go. Usually when you on mic and everything, I know you want to go next. So I see Roger. We're going to get to him and everything. And we're adults, so we know how to talk to each other. So we'll start out with Roger, and then we'll go to Lori, and then we'll go from there. So, Roger, what do you got to say?
Just to speak up on the word pressure. Pressure in itself, it can bust the pipes, right? Sometimes when you're under pressure, I think it's that time where you sit back and you really analyze what it is that's causing you the pressure in the first place. Then you begin to take some of the pressure away by thinking, is it really worth me going through this? Is it worth if it is it worth my attention? Put it like that. If it doesn't have value towards you or dealing with you and your family, I think that's something that could be easily ironed out. Pressure did bust the pipes, and it'll bring you up to a point to where your blood pressure go up, your headaches, all the aches in your body. We find that any element outside of of the norm can affect you, and just physically. You know, you can walk around every day thinking with that pressure on your mind, you're thinking things not gonna turn around. But I grant to tell you, it takes time, and I'll land my plane right there.
Thank you, Roger. I wanted to ask you a question about that. Has there ever been something that you thought was just daunting? It was just like overwhelming and everything. You had that pressure on you. Did you ever overcome it? And if you did overcome it, how did it work out?
Yeah, there was a lot of things that I dealt with that I would consider pressure, but over time, things become normal again. When you're
Okay.
going through pain, when you're going through the issues in life, that's either gonna deter you or it's gonna make you whole. And I just look at it both ways. So I land right there.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. I appreciate that, Roger. Lori, you're up next.
Oh, pressure. I'm gonna come from pressure of being a single parent. Whew, it. Some people make it look like it's a smooth job. They really do. But in reality, I wouldn't put this pressure on anyone. I wouldn't. Because one wrong move, everything's on you, right? And one wrong
Mm-hmm.
move can deteriorate a lot of things, or change the path of a lot of things. So just knowing that all of it is on your shoulders is a lot of pressure. It really is. I still haven't figured out. I think I learned more how to navigate through it and try to like bring myself down to a zen, because like sometimes you get overwhelmed with just thoughts and things because you're worried about yourself, you're worried about them, you're worried about this, you're worried about that, or whatever. And in all reality, you realize, like, how do you say you got faith in God but you're worrying about these things, right? All you can do is give it to God and walk away from it, right? um and and, and you can't allow it, huh? uh, and you
Keep
can't.
going on. Keep going
Oh,
on.
okay.
My son had came in,
No,
so
no,
he's
no.
writing me
You're
a note,
fine.
and I'm
You're
trying to read
fine.
it.
And you can't allow it to overtake you. You know what I mean? Because if you're not good, your kids aren't going to be good at the end of the day. And so that's what I'm more of just trying to realize. But I thank God for the little the smirkle. I can't even talk. The little circle that I do have, because even when they don't know, because I don't speak about it. It's like God puts it on certain people's heart to either just reach out to give a word or be like, "Hey, just want to let you know this or this," and you're like, "Wow, I know it got to be God," or whatever. But I
Right,
will
right.
tell you, you can't never allow pressure to overtake you, because pressure is what we make it, right? Sometimes we can
Mm-hmm.
give pressure. Sometimes we can give pressure too much credit, right? And I think that's what we're
Mm-hmm.
doing. We're giving pressure too much credit over our life, instead of taking control back over whatever the situations are and being able to like overcome whatever it is. So that's it.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Like these are some gems for you guys out there. I hope that like I do, I have my notepad and everything in front of me. Because not like like you were just saying, Lori, from time to time things go on. And I do lean on you guys all the time, and I appreciate that if I make a phone call, something's going on, I've got something that's going on in my life, and I'm able to sit and talk with you guys, and sometimes it's the right thing that that's being said. Sometimes it's something that's being said for some time later. You just never know. But it's always good to just kind of like listen and everything all of the time, because you never know when what somebody says is going to be the uplifting word that you need. And it just seems like to me in this group, it's like you guys have, I guess my Alexa, I speak with my North New York accent, will be hearing stuff and everything. And I think you guys got it all bugged, because whatever's going on in my life, you guys always seem to say the right word at the right time to make me, do what I got to do and everything like that. So I appreciate you guys. I saw, Terry, that you had your hand raised and everything like that. You had something you wanted to say?
Greetings again, host. Greetings again, everyone on the panel. We have to think about what pressure actually is. Pressures are anything that comes against you that causes you to sit back and think about it. Why me? And when they come to you, you have to think, why is this happening to me? What is this trying to do to me? What reaction does it actually want? It's coming in a negative form. So I tell you what, since I really don't understand what it's all about, but I know it's against me, it's a trial and it's a tribulation bringing pressure, then I'll sit back and I'll resort to who knows how to get me out of this. I'll turn to God. Lord, you see it. You understand it. You know what it is. You fix this situation. And while you wait on him to fix the situation, we're a family. If it's something that I don't understand, like I didn't understand today about tiki-taki, I call Adam. Hey, man, I need to talk to you. Call me. He called me and he helped me out. And that's what we're here. We're a family. We're here to help one another, because where one might not understand what it is that they're going through, another may have already been through that same situation. So we'll help us one to another, because if I'm under pressure and I call my brother, sister help, they help take that pressure off me. And that's what a family is supposed to do. So no matter what the situation is, pray about it and consult one of your family members, because most likely someone has been through it, or someone is going through it, or them been just coming out of what you're going through now.
I saw Kalita. Thank you, Terry, and everything for. You know what? Hold on a sec for the next person. I got a little way that I want to do this. We have what? 1, 2, 3, 4 ladies and 5 men up on the panel. So I want to do a comparison and everything on how people deal with pressure. So I did ask Roger how he deals with pressure. As you saw, I didn't ask Lori anything, because I did have that in my mind. I wanted to do the men first, and then I wanted to go back to the women, because I want to do a comparison of how we all deal with pressure and everything like that. So Terry, you gave an example of something you had for pressure and everything. Was there anything else you want to share and everything like that? Was there something that was extreme? Because the TikTok thing, it was a pressure, but it wasn't like overwhelming. Has there ever been anything overwhelming? Well, maybe it was overwhelming. I shouldn't say that, but give me something that you would look at and be like, man, that was overwhelming, and I didn't know how I was going to get through that pressure, but I actually did. So give me an example of something, a pressure that came up in your life, and you were able to handle it and everything, and how'd you get through it?
Okay, where should I start? Because I done been through hell and high water.
Well, give us the highest one.
With pressure.
Give us the highest one.
Okay, the highest one. Okay. I got disabled, and once I got disabled, I was trying to figure out. I asked the question, Lord, I just graduated from college. I just had this car accident, and I'm disabled for life. What now? He replied the same day of the accident. He replied, "You'll never work again." I looked around at my brother and told him, "Hey, God just answered my question, told me I'd never work again." So while going through the court proceedings and doctors, I went through some doctors who were way brighter than me, and they were saying was nothing wrong. All right. So and now I got to go to court. I walked in the courtroom. As soon as I walked in the courtroom, the judge basically told me, "You're fully disabled." So I didn't understand what fully meant. So my mother read the paper. She said, "Baby, you know what this means?" I said, "No." She said, "That means can't nobody overturn it." I said, "What?" She said, "Can't nobody overturn it. Period. You've been declared disabled by a judge. They can't just overturn that. I'm like, whoa. But going through it, I went through it for 2.5 years. Going through it, I didn't understand it. I kept the faith. I kept believing and trusting. But the more I went to doctors, the more they was in denial. I didn't give up my faith. I knew that God was working it out, regardless to how they made me feel. I kept my trust in God. And that's what we have to do. When trials and tribulations come against us, which are pressures, we're not supposed to give in to the pressures. We're supposed to stay strong and stay rooted and keep praising God in spite of. That's what I did.
Gotcha. That's an awesome testimony. Thank you for sharing that with us. And excuse me, the reason I like to have those testimonies out is because as this travels through the airwaves, there is somebody out there that's going through pressure right now, and I hope that we can put a solution to some of the pressures that you're going through. You may not know how you're going to get through it, how it's going to be, what's going to happen, but I want you to see that. I want you to have that mustard seed of faith and everything that's going on, to see that other people have been through those pressures and they're able to get through. And God is no respecter of persons. So if he'll do it for someone else, he'll always do it for you. And I just want you to keep that in your heart and understand that with whatever you're going through, that you can get through it. And there are ways to do it. And we're going to do our best to keep showing you guys solutions on how to get through that. I want to keep the conversation going along. I want to get to another woman. I'm going to try to, mix it up, have a man, have a woman, and everything like that. So any of the other ladies, Khalida said that she wanted to go last, so I'm going to save the last spot for her to go last. But Dr. G or Alani, do you have anything you guys want to contribute?
So, for me, when I think about pressure, I think about this invisible weight of expectation that often comes at the expense of our peace if we are not mindful. And so when I think about how I balance peace, I think about it from being a mom, being a grandmother, being a clinician, being a community activist, etc. All those roles are very real and can become very demanding in my space. So, how I balance the pressure is by prioritizing my peace. I have to set very intentional boundaries and constantly remind myself that I don't have to do and be everything every day. I learned a very long time ago how to say no without feeling guilty. So I can show up with purpose, protect my wellness, and embrace my grace for myself and everyone else that's within my close circle. So that's my balance of pressure.
Gotcha. Dr. G, I was sitting there and I was trying to write notes of all the things that you do, and I couldn't keep up. And I do write pretty fast, as well as talking fast. I write fast. When do you have time to sleep? Like, when do you sleep?
I am very intentional about sleeping. And I'm so intentional that my husband often says that he have to get up, turn on the light, and see what man got into bed with him because I snore that much.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, look, at least you actually admit to snoring. I used to argue with my ex-wife all the time that I didn't snore until she went and took her cell phone out one time and videotaped me snoring and everything. And we've had some situations and everything with snoring and yeah, see, we got some laughter in the chat. We've had some stuff too. So when people say they don't snore, it's just because they be sleeping. They don't know that they snore, but they be snoring. So I thought that's kind of funny. That's funny. Um, Alani, you are up next. Give us your idea of your thoughts on pressure.
Hi everyone. Um, Pressure, I think the most pressure that I have is usually when it's the things I can't control. So the things that I have no control
Mm,
over is what really gives me a lot of pressure. Things happening in
mm,
life on a, continuously that I just have no control of, other people's actions, but that affect my life, my child's life, you know, I'm going through divorce or all of these things where you have to split your time. Like today, I cried so much because
You did?
she's leaving to go. You saw me. I was crying with you. She, I was crying because she's leaving to go on vacation without me for the
Goodbye.
first time. and it's out of my control. Like, somebody else makes decisions for their life, like, and those decisions affect my life, where now I can't go on holiday with my child. So things like that cause pressure for me, um along with other things. But I think compartmentalizing and dealing with, instead of sweeping under the carpet, releases that pressure, though, in time.
Mm, mm, mm. I like what you said and everything about control. And if I forget and everything, please somebody remind me that I like to talk about not having control and how that puts pressure on you. So somebody please be sure to just remind me and everything about that. We've got two gentlemen and everything left that need to come up, and then we're gonna get to Kalita and everything like that, and she's gonna bring it up. She's gonna bring up the rear for us and everything like that. So uh, let's go with Noble first. Let's go Noble first, and then we'll get to Adante. Thank you guys for helping me hit another goal.
What's going on? What's going on? Pressure.
What's up, boss?
I think the biggest pressure that I've had lately is being a single father of a teenage male. Um,
I understand that. I
yeah, I
understand
know
that.
you can relate for sure. It's just just wanting to make sure that you are a good example of what a real man, or just being a man, period. I shouldn't say a real man. But just being a father, being a man, being present in a young man's life is big, especially nowadays. Um, it means so much because it's so much for them to get into and become a part of that's not necessarily good. And so I take great pride in just trying to be present in my son's life. Let him know I love
Right.
him. Let him know I'm there
Mm-hmm.
for him. Anything you need, I'm here. I'm your support. Um, I'm of course gonna try to make sure you do the right thing, but even in some of the wrong things that you do, I want to show you what you did wrong, give you another avenue to look at it and to correct it. You know, just don't make the same mistakes more than once if you can.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna land
Gotcha.
my plane
Gotcha.
right there.
Well, I ain't gonna let you land yet.
Oh,
You got pushed off the runway real quick and everything like that. I want to ask you, what was the biggest pressure that you had an issue with? Like, what was the biggest pressure, and how did you either overcome it, or was it something that wasn't something that you could finish at that time? Give us an idea of something like that for you.
the biggest pressure um was probably allowing people into my world as far as I'm like big Mr. Terry. I'm disabled as well. And so allowing people into that space, into that world part of me was a big pressure in my mind anyway. That I was able to share it with my closest friends, my family. And those who know, they know. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But that was big for me. That was a big pressure.
Gotcha, gotcha. How did it make you feel when you overcame it?
Oh man, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful feeling to be able to actually express it and share it with real people, and to get the feedback that I got was even better because I come from like a small town. So, when I was in the small town and that first happened, it really didn't matter to me because I didn't really I kept to myself. But now that I'm a little bit more outgoing in that sense, um, it made it easier when I got a group of friends, a group of family that I call them because they're family to me. That I was able to express it and get it out, and I wasn't looked at any differently. I wasn't looked at side eyed or um, you know I don't know the other word, but just I wasn't different. I was still
Right,
accepted for
right.
who I was. That was the main
That's
thing.
awesome. That's awesome. That had to be a great feeling.
Yeah, well,
Congratulations, kudos for handling that, dude. Kudos. You're a great man. You go through all the things you go through, and I can say for sure, I have never heard a day, and we talk a lot. I've never
Yeah,
heard a
we
day
do.
that no matter what is going on, and we know that you've been through a lot of pressure lately, of a lot of things going on. I have never heard a day where in your voice I hear that pressure, and I learn a lot from that. I learn a lot from that, and I want to thank you for showing that example. And as you continue to show that to your son, man, it's going to be amazing that that he's going to have that example to grow up with. So as he goes through pressures in his life, he'll understand how to deal with them. So kudos to you. We don't give our guys a lot of, we don't give people in general enough kudos for when they go through things and they overcome them. We just kind of look at them like, it's just what you're supposed to do. And I think that we should congratulate people that go through things and overcome it. And we need to salute that, and we need to put that out to the world so people have something to look at. So again, thank you for being you, dog. Thank you for being
I,
you.
I salute you, bro, because like you said, we both walk in the same journey. So I know the trials
Right,
and tribulations that you go through with your son.
right.
So, bro, like you say, salute. Never let your
Salute.
head hang down. Never.
Right,
I got your
right.
back for sure.
Amen. Amen. Appreciate that. Hey, Mr. World Traveler, and also Country Traveler, Mr. Date, who for any of you are out there, if we ever call him Baldwin, it's a long joke, an inside joke, and everything. And maybe we'll share it another time. We won't go on that today or anything. But my first question to you is, do you have on a smoking jacket today or anything, or are you in regular clothes today? Adate, you there?
Yes, yes, I am here and I'm regular today. Tomorrow I will.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
I got you. I
so
got you. I
yeah.
got you.
But just to what we're talking about here, um in my current life, I would say pressure to me sometimes I bring on myself just because I am somebody who wants always wants to make sure that whatever I have planned to do I try to get done within the time frame and the
Hmm.
way I have it planned. So I would say I am one that gives myself pressure, but at the same time, I am the one that will sit down and say, you know what? At the end of the day, like you say, life be lifing, and when things happen, I look at the situation and say, okay, this I can control, and I'm going to take care of. The other I cannot control, and I'm going to let it be until I have a grip around it. One thing that I get pressure from right now is, for instance, I go to a customer to either do a pickup or delivery, and I know what my time frame is and things like that, and I get shut down because the customer is either being difficult or things like that. That is one of those things where it's like, yes, it's very easy for you to get thrown out of kilter because it's like, you want to get things done and you want to get it done quick and get going, but you don't know what you are being saved from for those minutes or seconds or hours that you're being delayed there. And being
Right.
a believer of things happen for a reason, when it happens, yes, I may be bummed for a minute, but once I think back within myself, I have to come back and find a way to relieve that pressure. A lot of the time, trust me, I go to sleep. And I go to sleep because I know sleep is what I need to revive my energy for the next leg. So I get myself to first accept that I can't control it, and second, find a way to utilize the either time or resource that I'm losing at a point in time to get myself ready for the next and make sure that whatever
Mm.
I do next, I do right.
Mm. So you have like many things during your day as you go through pressures and things like that to kind of alleviate some of the pressures that are going on during the day. Okay, that's a good that's good for everybody that for all y'all in the back that didn't hear that. That's a really in my opinion a really good way that what he does is he breaks down the pressures of the entire day into smaller portions, and he handles them as they go along and everything like that. It's like when you're eating, you eat small portions of what's on your plate, and then at the end, everything is actually handled. So I think that's a nugget that we definitely all can take something away, and something that people could use to, as their day goes on, just a method of being able to do things and get it done. Um, that was awesome. Adate, what's been a big pressure in your life that you went through? Maybe in the beginning you didn't know whether you could do it or not. How did you handle it, and how did it make you feel at the end?
Uh, I'll say with work life. When I started in my prior life, I was in supply chain management for about 20 years. And when I started, I was told I had an accent, and because of that, people would not understand me when I spoke. That being the case, I knew what I knew and I knew what I needed to do, but every position that came and I raised my hand up for, I got knocked down
Mm,
because the leadership at the point of time that I was working with told me outright that my accent was too strong, even though I knew it was not, the case. I knew what was
right.
actually going on because it was a
Mm-hmm.
new establishment, and the leadership that I was working with had come in with people, friends with whom they either hung out and were, basketball teams and things like that together. And because of that, they wanted to make sure that those people that they brought in actually got opportunities to move into positions first. So
Right.
simple positions that I um, requested or bid for, I was turned down with the same reason. And
Mm,
all I did
mm-hmm.
was, knowing what I knew, continued focusing on learning and doing what I needed to do to make sure that whatever part that I played at a point in time, I played it well, because that was the only thing I could control. Okay, I couldn't control the decisions that were being made, but I knew that I could control the amount of knowledge I could garner and the way I presented myself and did what I did. Trust me, after
Mm,
about 7 times that I applied and was knocked down, the eighth time that I applied, guess what position I applied for? It was assistant supervisor in charge of training, whereby
mm.
I had to be talking to not just the whole building, but managers that were way above me. And how would I get
Wow.
an supervisor in charge of training position when I could not get simple
Right.
leader
Right.
positions where I had only like 4 or 5 people to talk to? But that was
Mm,
the start of my progress in that field or in that career. And I went pretty far before I decided I was tired of it and left it. But that taught
right.
me, stay focused, do what you know you can control or you have control over. In my case, it was learning and putting my the best in the little that I was learning and developing myself, doing things in the best way possible, to where when it came to time that there was no other way, it was not an option of, we couldn't understand you anymore. There is nobody else. You have it because you possess what it takes. You have the knowledge, and you've proven that you can teach people, and we're going to put you in there. It's just that
Mm,
when it came that way, it was a little moronic because I was the same person that couldn't speak for people to understand
mm-hmm.
me. But now I was going to be the person that was training everybody. So sometimes when pressures like that come, you may look at it as negative, but they are just a blessing in disguise to help you prepare yourself until it's actually time for you to be able to release the power in you to get what you need to get.
Mm, mm. Hey, Dr. G, you're gonna have to show me how to do that thing where you do the claps and everything like that, because that definitely deserved a clap. So being I can't do it and everything on the TikTok thing and everything. I hope that you can hear me there, Adante, clapping for you because
I can
that
hear
was
you, and
awesome.
I'm clapping for myself too. Don't worry.
Gotcha. Hey, Kalita, right before I get to you, I just want to ask Lori something real quick. Lori, you have a saying that you say all of the time and everything about being like set up for something or whatever, and I don't want to butcher it. So if you could just come up for a quick second and say this, I think this is something that people need to hear.
Which one again?
Like when things happen and you're being
Oh,
set up for.
you're not being punished. You're being prepared for your purpose.
There it is. There it is. So Adante, that's exactly what happened to you and everything right there. And it's something that Lori says all
I
of the
will I
time
will
and
put that
everything.
I will put that in my book, Laurie. Thank you for that. I've never thought of it that way, and I'll take that saying with me. Thank you.
You're welcome. A lot of times we be thinking, God, Leah, we being punished for something. I used to be like, did I do something that I don't remember? Like when I'm going through all this, then I had to stop and realize, like, remember Karate Kid when Mr. Miyagi was making him do the wax on, wax off, and he never understood why he was making him do it. But then when he came into a fight, he remembered what he taught him. And even though it seemed like it was silly for what he had to go through, it all came around full circle why he had to do it. So in life, I realized everything that we went through, we might not understand it. The jobs we had, the relationships we have, all that, we might not understand all of that. But guess what? It always comes back full circle to say, oh, that's why I went through that because of this. Okay, I went through that for this. Everything's preparing you for your purpose and who you're supposed to be.
Mm, mm. That's just wow. That was powerful. You see how things fit together, the synchronicity of things and everything like that. That's just amazing. And I want to say that y'all are amazing because as I look at the numbers and everything there, wow, you guys are showing an incredible amount of love. And from the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate you guys doing that, man. This is amazing. Apparently we're doing something correct because there's a lot of love and everything going on. So I just want to thank all of y'all. Whoever's got their fingers and everything hurting, if you need to take a little rest and stretch them a little bit and everything, do that. But when you guys get back to it, just keep going because you guys are amazing. So now we wanted to save somebody for last, especially with pressure, because I can only imagine, and I really want to sit back here and just listen. I'm getting ready to get my notepad and take some notes and everything. Miss Kalita, you asked me to go at the end of this because apparently something hit you that you needed to talk about and everything like that. So I'm ready. I want to hear. I was going to do a long introduction and all this. I just want to hear right now.
You know what? My pressure became my deliverance. What do I mean by that? Everything that I went through in my life, all the pressures that I went through in my life, I used to wonder why it was so much pressure on me. Why I felt like I was drowning in my own pool and I can't even swim, but I was drowning in a pool of pressure of myself because every time I tried to get out of something, the pressure would get so heavy on me that I felt like, how can I get out of this? How can I get this out of me? So I found myself drowning in a pool of pressure, drowning in a pool of myself and couldn't figure out how to get out. But my pressure actually became my deliverance. And what I mean by that is I got so much pressure on me. So many things went wrong in my life. So much stuff came up in my life that I had no choice but to get delivered out of it or I wasn't going to make it out of it. You see what I'm saying? Hello? Do y'all hear me?
No, I hear you. I was muting because I'm sitting out. I usually do my lives out on my patio, and there's a lot of people and everything like that that's going by and everything. So I wanted to make sure that everybody heard that what you had to say. So if it sounds like
sorry.
we don't hear you, it's just because I'm muting and everything to make sure I don't block this out.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes in life, we look at pressure as a bad thing. And I did at first. I said, well, Lord, I don't understand. He said, you keep getting yourself deeper into the hole. And the deeper you got in that hole, the more pressure came to you. And the more you went into the quicksand and you was raising your hand up. But because you wasn't really prepared or ready to be delivered, I left you in that pressure just a little while longer to make sure when you came out that pressure, you didn't put it back on yourself and go back. So my pressure actually became my deliverance. My pressure became that one thing that I had to find myself in and find myself in deep enough in order to get out and never go back. So sometimes when the pressure comes on us, don't take it as a bad thing. Don't take it as oh my God, what did I do new? What did I do wrong? Sometimes the pressure that's in your life is to make you better. And if you can't understand that sometimes, if you can't see that sometimes, ask yourself, what have I done that God has to put me in so much pressure in to get it out? And sometimes he will put it on you and leave you there until the pressure gets so bad that when you step out of that pressure, you tell yourself, I can't go back because the pressure was too hot and I couldn't handle it. The pressure was too hot and I couldn't take it. The pressure was too hot and it had me drowning in a pool of my own sorrow, a pool in my own pressure. So when sometimes the pressure comes, it is not to break us. It is to make us and turn us into the person that we should be. So pressure became my deliverance. Pressure became that one thing that I needed to come out of everything that I was in my life. The pressure got so hard that I asked myself, Lord, what did I do so wrong at my birth? It got that bad. But he said, no, it was your birth that I formed you. And ever since you've been a little girl, I've been forming you. That's why the pressure been so good. That's the pressure been so hard for you. Even as a little girl, your pressure was hard. So what I had to do to you is keep that pressure on. Because every time I tried to talk to you, you wouldn't listen, so I bought you pressure. Every time somebody said something to you, you wouldn't listen, so I bought you pressure. Every time I sent somebody in there to talk crazy and talk facts to you, rather, and you wouldn't listen, so I bought you pressure. So I had to let you get the pressure so hard that your identity had to be taken to another level in me. And when the pressure got hard and you changed in me, now you're able to walk and do what I want you to do because you're going to remember the pressure that you was in. And I land my plane right there.
Ooh, let me get my towel and everything, because ooh, man, I gotta dry myself off after that one, because ooh, that was powerful. That was yeah, I'm glad you asked to go last. I'm glad you asked to go last, because I don't know if I could have kept listening to everybody if you said that first. I might have been done already. Because you definitely came with it. That's what's up. Okay, so we've got through everybody talking about pressures and everything. I wanted to go back to the ladies and everything like that, because I'd skipped over you guys as far as talking about a big pressure that went on in your life and how you guys overcame it. So we got Kalita, who actually covered some stuff of that, but I'm going to give you a chance and everything. You know what? Let's go with you first, Kalita. Let's go with you first. What was the biggest time that because you hot right now, and I played basketball, and when somebody's hot, you just keep giving them the ball. So what was the pressure that was really, really big that you got through? How'd you get through it, and how did it make you feel?
The biggest pressure in my life is when I start dealing with females. And when I tell people that, people are like, you did that? Yes, because sometimes the thing you say you would never get into is the thing you get into when your curiosity takes you to a place that you shouldn't be. So the biggest pressure in my life is when I said, okay, the men ain't doing me right. They acting crazy. Let me try these females over here. And that pressure from that got even worse. That was the biggest pressure in my life, because that was the thing that broke me. That was the thing that got me into a place that I had to either sink, or I had to take myself out of it, or ask God to help me with that, because the pressure was so heavy on me that I saw myself leaving this world. The pressure got so bad on me that I had to ask somebody to come and help myself up. Help me hold my hands up out this water, because it got so bad on me that I moved out my house. And because I couldn't figure out what I wanted, so I moved out my house for 3 months, and I left my husband, I left my kids, I left my only grandkid to see what I needed to do for me. But when I got there, so did the pressure. When I got there, the enemy walked in the door with me. Now, the plan was never to walk in with me. The plan was for me to go. But the pressure came in with me. And when that pressure came in with me, it made me a prisoner in my own house. So I became a prisoner in my own house. I found myself asking that person, can I move? Can I do this? I found myself I found that person driving my van while I'm on a bus. Why am I on a bus with my own car? I found myself in that kind of pressure. I found my identity being snatched from me because I wanted to please her, and I didn't know who I was in myself. But what I did do and how I got out of it, I never ever declared that I was that. I never ever said that I was that. And people say, well, you're the G word. I said, I'm not that. I'm never going to be that. I am going through something right now that I need to get out of, but I'm not going to claim it. And then when I looked that girl in her face and told her, I promise you, you'll be the last one. I'm coming out of this. This is coming out of me. So I spoke my deliverance 3 months before I got delivered from it. So when that pressure got so bad on me, it got so hard on me, that you know what I did? Even though the apartment was in my name, when she left, I ran. I packed up everything in my house, everything that was mine, and I said, you know what? I can't do this. This is not me. And I came back home. And who was waiting for me at home? My husband. Who was waiting for me through everything I went through with that too? My husband. Because God had prepared a man for me that was stronger than me, that loved me beyond me. That's what we need in life. That's what we need in life. So when I say my marriage has went through the ups and the downs, the rounds and the rounds and the ins and the outs, when I say my marriage has went through every vow and my marriage came back again, I'm telling you from experience. This is why I can talk about everything I'm talking about, because I experienced it. He was waiting when I came back. And he helped me through the worst parts of myself. So that's my pressure. And when you get that pressure in your life, and I tell people all the time, don't go dibbling and dabbling in things you don't understand, because that spirit right there is a spirit of takeout. That spirit right there comes to take out. But thank God there was people in my corner. And when I came out, I told the church openly, I got in front of the church, I said, y'all know what? I can't get this out. I need you all to help me. And if y'all don't help me, I'm going to drown. I need you all to help me out of the situation that I'm in. And if you say that you of God, if you say you love God, if you say you got the power of God in you, I'm standing in front of this church telling you I need the power, because I don't have any right now. So I need to drain your power so I can get some for myself, so I can do what I need to do. And I said, God, Lord have mercy. I said, God, if this is over, when I knock on this door and get my key back from this person, she will say no. Then I know you answered my prayers. I knocked on that door and I said, I need my key back. She said, you can't come in. That's when I know it was over. Because not only did I say it, not only did I prophesy my own deliverance, God showed me that it was over and it was done. And that pressure dropped. And I've never been back to that situation again. That's deliverance. That's true deliverance. And I walk in it every single day. And I land my grill right there.
Is anybody else seeing that it's warm in here today? Is it just me, or is it warm in here today? Is this the fire that needs to be out here, that people need to hear to get themselves, as Kalita said it so apropos, that y'all guys know that's my word and everything, of deliverance, that she was delivered through this and everything. Wow, that was it's warm in here. It is definitely warm in here. Woo. I wanna bring up Dr. G. I wanna have you speak next and everything. But before you speak, I want to give you a big thanks. And I might be putting Kalita on the spot this and everything with this, but Kalita had some conversation with me, and going through things on life as well as going through things on this app. She had got to a point that she was ready to not do this anymore, that she was ready to walk away from this. And I just want you to all think about, if Kalita was to walk away and would never give testimonies the way that she gives testimonies, think of how much it would be a harm to helping the world. It would definitely be a harm to helping the world. So Dr. G, a little birdie told me that a conversation was had, and you were able to speak some life into somebody and tell them how much they were wanted and how much they were needed and how much they contribute. I'm going to take that word from you. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. So Dr. G, come on up and share with us a pressure that you went through, how you got through it, or didn't get through it, and how did it make you feel?
You know what, I had no clue in what you just disclosed. So that's evident how God works with intent. That's not how that conversation derived. I extended my gratitude for her joining the panel. And because she came with so much power, I couldn't just extend my gratitude without extending an explanation of my gratitude. And she never disclosed. Yes, she did disclose to me. Yes, she did. After I extended my gratitude. But God is real. That's just evident. And when you talk about overcoming obstacles and challenges in your life, I've had so many, but I stayed the course, perseverance, determination, because my parents raised us that failure was never an option. And so I strategically found sources and resources and spiritual connections and stayed connected to my support system that kept me in the journey of life. And so I'll say that in an abridged version. It was through determination, perseverance. I never thought about giving up. I thought about how I can make a difference, how I can turn this around, how I can make something out of nothing. And so that's my whole balance. That's my whole philosophy of challenges.
Won't God do it? Won't God do it? Because I was having conversations with Kalita for, I would imagine, and Kalita, if I'm putting you on the spot, I'm sorry, but it's on my heart. And you taught me to be obedient and say the things that need to be said. And y'all all know that I'm about the elephants in the room that need to be talked about. So I'm going to talk about it. I had spent a lot of time with Kalita. Kalita is very, very special to me. I call her my auntie sis. And we talk all the time about stuff. And she'd expressed to me that she was thinking about, not doing this anymore. And I couldn't find a way. I couldn't find a way. So I did what I normally do when things like that happen. I said, Terry got me to say this. This is the new way I look at stuff. I'm a big wrestling fan, and life be beating up on me. Life be lifing, and I'm getting there and I'm getting my butt beat. The devil, the enemy, is all on top of me. And Terry told me, he said, look who's over at the turnbuckle over there. Why don't you just tap in right over there and everything's going to get taken care of. So I just tapped in. I said, hey, God, I know that you're a mighty God and you can handle this, because I know that this is from God, that she's supposed to be talking. And there it goes. We all tap in and he does what he does and it comes out and it definitely works and everything. So, wow, I'm flabbergasted today. And usually I am not at a loss for words, but I truly am. So with that being said, I want to give Alani a chance to speak. Then I want to give Lori, hopefully she come back. Her Timu internet, because I tease her about this all of the time. Her Timu internet is working really, really good today. So every time I get her in here, I'm definitely going to let her speak. So it's going to be Alani. We're going to go to Lori after that. I saw your hand raised, Mr. Terry. And then I'm going to open it up and everything to everybody that we can expound upon this and expand upon this and talk more about pressure and go from there. So Alani, you're up.
Okay. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to go there, to be honest. The pressure
Okay.
has. Cause I try to think of a point where I didn't have pressure. Um, and I want to keep saying I'm grateful for it because it made me who I am, and I'm able to help who I'm helping and all of that. But then if I want to feel sorry for myself for a second and think about the things that life has shown me, the pressure's been real, and it's been from a young. Um, if I have to look through all of it, it's different type of pressures, right? So I think about
Mm-hmm.
13-year-old me. 13-year-old me until 20-year-old me was in an abusive relationship that I didn't choose for myself. That was all my teenage years gone. I went through what is it called? I had nervous breakdowns where my body, the pressure that I was going through as a child in my mind and my body, it was so intense that I would have breakdowns. And I would faint, but I would be awake. And I would say crazy things apparently. And I'd be taken to the hospital and they'd have to inject me in order for me to snap out of it. And that happened from 13 until 20. That happened a total of 5 times, I think, where it's, so when I say pressure, it's not just like, like now I'm going through divorce, let's say, and I'm going through this and that, and, it's pressure, but I just think of all the different types and levels of pressure that my body has had to go through. And it's crazy. But, we overcome it. And now I help a lot of people with it. So
Right.
It's,
Right.
it was for something. I can't let it just be for nothing.
Mm,
Losing a parent
mm.
at a young age, watching your other parents struggle, have to do work two jobs, put myself through college so I don't end up that way. Like there's just so many levels of pressure. So, and it's still going on until today. And I'm just like, seriously, when is it going to end? But I guess that's life, right?
Have
So,
you heard anything, Alani, today with the way that anyone has talked about how they've dealt with pressure? Have you gotten any gems, any nuggets, or anything that that's been able to help you maybe to look at this from a different perspective?
look at it from a different perspective, yes, in a sense, but deal with things, no, because I think everybody deals with things differently. But let's say, like, what everybody's saying, I always take pieces from it, obviously. And, it always helps. That's why I'm here. Um, like, what it shows me, though, is that we all go through it. So we
Mm,
all go through pressures and we all have different stories. But even though our stories are different, we have the same feelings through them, the same emotions, the same pains. So, we all kind of go through the same thing, although the story is different.
gotcha.
And that helps knowing that everybody, we really are one. We really are made from
Right.
the same cloth. And
Gotcha.
that helps um, just knowing that you're not alone.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I wanna thank the panel for sharing everything that they've been sharing. I try my best to get to everybody. I don't like to use the clock or anything like that, so we move it along because I think that some of our long takes are able to let people reflect on things they might hear. If I speed people up and everything like that, I think that maybe we lose some of the nuggets. And as you guys go through the week, I'm always trying to get better as I do this. So if you guys see something that we could change to make it work better as we go along, feel free. I am for constructive I'm for all criticism. It can be constructive, it cannot be constructive because either way I'm going to take it and do what I feel I should do with it. But I'm open to any construction, any criticism, or anything that goes on about how we can make this better. Because again, the goal is for us to solve problems, and I'm hoping that we're doing that. So with me saying that, Lori, um, take us home on this one. Take us home on this one, and then we'll open it up. I don't know if I'm going to go to Roger or go to Terry. I think Roger might have said to go by him, but I'll give you guys an opportunity for you guys to speak. But after Lori, and then we'll open it up for like general conversation about this.
Um, I'm a, I'm gonna say the pressure of um when I had to figure out how to escape my last marriage. To be honest with you, a lot of people didn't know what I was going through, so I didn't really talk about it with people. But I knew that, in all honesty, I felt it, and it kept being heavier and heavier on me. I knew that if I didn't leave, the longer that I stayed, the more that I wouldn't be around to see my kids turn teenagers, right? I just felt it in me. It was that heavy. Just because of the tension and the way things got, or whatever. And just the way it was like more of a snapping thing, quick temper or whatever. I knew that, like, okay, I have to figure this thing out real quick, and I can't like drag my feet to think that it's gonna get better when every sign was showing me that it was getting worse. And if you don't get yourself out of it, you're not going to be around to see your next birthday. Um, so I remember real quick reaching out to, because I had quit my job a few months before that, but I remember reaching out to that same job. And I had sent a message to one of the managers, and I sent the message at 4 o'clock. And this is how I know God works in mysterious ways. But I sent the message at 4 to him or whatever. And he sent me a message back at like 4:34. And he was like, and I only remember those times because of how significant they were to me. But anyways, well, what happened was he responded back to me, and he said, wow, you called me at a perfect time. And I actually was about to leave, to go be on leave for 6 weeks, because my wife is having our daughter. And he was like, "This is my last day here. You caught me right on time, or whatever. But I'll forward your message over to the hiring manager in the area." Now, remind you, at the time I was 4 hours away, so I was asking them about the newer area or whatever. So she wrote me back maybe about 2 days later, and she said, "I don't have nothing in that area, or whatever." But just continue to keep in contact with me or whatever. It was around the holidays, so I kind of got over discouraged or whatever, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. God, just show me a way or whatever, because I know this isn't the way anymore or whatever. But just fast forward through, that was like before Christmas. And right after New Year's, something says, write her back. So I wrote her back, and she sent me a message back later that day. And she was like, "Oh, sorry, I've been caught up with whatever. Is there any way you can speak to me this afternoon?" I'm like, "Okay." So she said, "Hey, just want to let you know I don't have nothing in the area that you're looking for. We're actually not even hiring, or whatever. But let me see what I can do." She was like, "But tell me, why should I know you were, I don't know you personally, but I've heard things. Why do you think I should let you come back?" And something said, "Be honest with her." So I was honest with her for like, maybe I didn't tell her everything that was going on, but I told her. She said, "Well, give me about a few minutes. Let me call you back." She called me back in like 10 minutes. She said, "Okay, look, I don't know if I can, but I'm going to speak to the hiring manager." She said, "I'm going to speak to the hiring manager, and let me see if I can get you back in, right? I can't make you no promises, and I can't pay you what you were getting paid before you left." She was like, "But I can pay you without you having to start back over from scratch, because even though it's been 6 months, I was technically supposed to start back over from the bottom, but she let me start back over on the same level I was on. I just didn't get the same exact pay. I had to drop down and pay some or whatever." But she was like, "I don't know, but let me see, and I'll give you a call back." This lady called me back 30 minutes later. "I just want to let you know I talked to the AVP. He said I can hire you back. But let me tell you, I don't know what it is about you, because I don't hire people back. Once you leave this job, I feel like you make the decision, and I don't hire people back." She said, "But I don't know what you have on you that made me pull towards you. But I do want to tell you this. We weren't hiring. I don't even have a spot for the area that I want you to put in, but I'm going to create a spot for you, and I'm going to get them to uplift, because they put a freeze on hiring. I'm going to get them to uplift the freeze on hiring just to be able to put you in, and then they can close the freeze on hiring back." And I remember sitting there, and I just cried. And I was like, "God, okay. Now this the problem. That's 4 hours away. I didn't have no money. I didn't have no house, no nothing." And I was like, "Okay, God, now you told me if I ask, seek, and knock. I asked, I seek, and I knocked on the door. Now when I walk through this door, I'm trusting you enough that I know you're not gonna allow this door to slam on me or whatever." Needless to say, with my offer letter, I was able to get a house that was only like 6 months old. The house that they built, it was like 6 months old. I was blessed with the money from a friend to move, or whatever, which was 2 weeks later. But I had to move within 2 weeks. I literally had to pack up a house while he was at work and be gone and out before he came. It happened when I walked through the house of my new door. He was walking through the house of our old door. Kid you not. I mean, literally the same time. And I remember I didn't pick up the phone, but as soon as I walked through, my grandmother just happened to call me. And she said, "Baby, God told me to tell you, I don't know what this means to you." She said, "But God just came to me. God told me to tell you, it's all said and done." I said, "What?" I didn't even tell her that I was moving. I didn't tell none of my family, nothing what was going on in my life. I didn't even tell. She didn't even know I moved. And I tell her everything. I didn't tell her and my dad nothing. So when she said that, I knew it was like confirmation that, look, I told you, if you just trust me, that I'll see you through. So when I tell people I don't ever question nothing in life, no matter how much pressure is on your life, no matter what you're going through, can't nobody on this earth tell me that God ain't good. There's no way in the world. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if you don't have the money to go where you have to go. I don't care if you don't have the job to get what you need. When I tell you, he will make sure that he provides everything that you need, not what you want, but he will definitely make sure that he provides everything that you need. You'll never lack nothing. It doesn't matter what it is. You will never lack. You might lack because of the word might tell you materialistic things are what you're supposed to have, but that's not what he's talking about. When he tells you he will never leave or forsake you, I'm telling you, he will never leave or forsake you. I don't care how far you walk away from him. He will always find that light in your wilderness to come and find you. When you're out there in the middle of nowhere, he still has that light shining because he's still looking for you to let you know, I never left you. You left me. And that's it.
Mm. Hey, Mr. Terry, can I call upon you for a second to let Raj, because I think I missed him a little bit earlier. So let's let Raj get in, let you get in, and then we'll open it up to for anything anybody has to say. Go ahead, Raj.
Uh, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I'm kind of triggered right now because after hearing Kalita, after hearing E, it kind of brought something up to the surface. Um, my biggest pressure was letting go. Hey, can you mute yourself just for 1 minute? Because I feel like I'm
I got it.
stalling. I said my biggest pressure was letting go. After you giving yourself to something so valuable, uh, so worthy, on which you thought for 25 years, bruh, that's a hard pill to swallow. Um, it is it has affected me so much in my life that is unfathomable. Downtrodden, uh, not caring, not wanting to be in this world. It has really put a big dent in my heart. For love. You know, when you in something you love with all your heart, you try your best. You try to put forth the best effort, but nothing seems like it's never enough. We've talked about this on other panels. Dr. G can attest to it. But after 4 years, it took me to get over a situation. I want to say 4.5, 5 years. When you in something for the L time, that means life. When it's abruptly broken, it does something to you within, and you can't seem to escape from it, if you will. But things like being triggered, going through, it brings it forth to the surface. That way God can move it out of your life. I find it hard to accept love when people want to love me because I'm a man. I'm a man first. Because you be afraid of disappointment. You be afraid of being rejected. You think it's gonna end up the same way it did as you had for 25 years. We all know 25 years is no chump change. It's like a half your life thing. But when you're faced with something, when you know that other person want to love you and care for you, it's kind of hard to receive on this side of the spectrum after you done been through the hell and the trials and tribulations of life. Life in itself is an issue. And a lot of people don't see it that way until they have met that, until they met that faith. I love love, but I'm afraid to be loved because real love, it doesn't have any measure. Because when you love a person, you love them. You don't have no ulterior motives. You don't think in your mind, I'm just going to be with this person or that person to get what I want out of it. People don't know the significance of what love is, especially in a marriage, because we give up so easily. Just the smallest frivolous things can turn a man or a woman away from their significant other, because we get so caught up in our feelings, so much pride. I can't do that. I can't do this. But you don't know what you're doing to a person when they're in it for the long haul. I love love. I love women. I love people in general. But it's hard for me to see beyond where I've been, because that stain in itself puts something in my heart about it. Because you don't know whether it's real or is it fake. This triggered me, brother. And it made me realize there's more healing need to be done within me. Because if you could grasp at what I feel right now, you would understand. You would understand. Letting go is okay. There's a situation we went through, let it go. Because I refuse to deal with nonsense. I refuse to deal with drama. I had all that in my life, y'all. I had it in my life. That stain of what I went through, it affected me in so many ways. It affected my living. It affected my finances, because I become numb to what's real and what's not real. See, this is what conversations like this does to people, because you can feel there's some people out in the comments going through something, done been betrayed, done felt it, and know what it feels like. But we man up and we woman up and we say, look, we're not going to deal with that no more. But this is what this generation is about. It's about tearing people down while they already down, belittling people. And that's something I just can't stand. We're supposed to be a loving people. We're supposed to love one another, cherish one another. Tell them you love them while they are alive. Tell them, give them their flowers while they're alive. Because when they're gone, you're talking to no one. Because the Bible said the unalive know nothing. And I really believe that. Tell people while they got breath in their body that you love them and you care for them. You just don't know. That might be the word that they need to hear. I know we come on this app and we talk about stuff, but the realness of it all means so much to me. It really does. I'll land my plane right there.
Raj, first off, big bro, I love you, and I want you to know that. And you get me through so much. Just the strength and the growth that you have, and the way that you're able to. You talk about it all the time. The internet versus the real, and you bring it every night, every time that you come in. And I know that I'm speaking. I'll let anybody else say what they want to say about that, but I know that all of us love you, and we here for you, cause you big bro, and we always gonna be here for you. And I thank you so much for feeling comfortable to be able to talk to us and doing what you say you always do, keeping it real. I respect that much, so much about you. I respect you so much for doing that and bringing that. Ever since I've met you, it has not been a difference in you ever. And I've seen you go through stuff, and you've shared now of more stuff that you're going through, and you have been real, and you've been who you are every time that I've had a conversation with you. And I just want you to know that I love you, and I know I speak for everybody. I'll give everybody a chance to speak if they want to say something, but I know I speak for everybody when when we say that. Kalita, I see your hand up and everything, but I put Mr. Terry off for a minute and everything to let Raj go. Mr. Terry, and then Kalita.
Thank you. Raj, my brother, I love you. I sympathize with you. I done been divorced. I got remarried. I done been divorced. I understand. Look, my brother, God does things for his purposes, for his glory, that he get the glory out of it. The Bible tells us in Proverbs 3 and 5, lean not unto our own understanding. In all our ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct our path. With that being said, God understands. All you have to do is trust God. God has someone out there for you. All you have to do is speak them into existence, because they're there waiting on you. They're going to love you the way you love in return. I love you. I don't want you to forget that. I'm always here. Pressures in life or trials and tribulations, they're the same thing. Trials and tribulations come to make us stronger, make us turn to God. The children of Israel marched around in the wilderness for 40 years because all they did was murmured and complained. And God hates murmurers and complainers. He let those people fall off and then took the ones 20 years old, which were the young people, into the promised land, the land of milk and honey. So that lets us know in all things give thanks. No matter what the situation may be in our lives, give thanks, because God knows what's best for us. All we have to do is thank him for it. Whatever it is, I don't care what it is. Lord, I thank you, because you are my heavenly Father and you know what's best for me. Thank you. I know it's hard, but thank you, Lord. And as we thank him, he performs that very thing that we think is impossible, because we're thanking him. And that's what it's all about, giving him praise and thanks and leaning and depending on him. And he will work it out, all things out for us, and they all work out for our good. In Romans 8 and 28, it says all things work to the good of those that love God and are called according to his purpose. So if you love God, all things are going to work out for your good. Just trust him. When you don't see a way, trust him and watch him work things out for you. He'll bless you. Just trust him. And I love you, brother. I'm always here. You got my number. I got yours. You can call me whenever you feel like you want to talk, because you're never alone. When we won't even answer the phone, God is there. And he said he'll never leave us nor forsake us. Don't never forget that. He's always there. And we're here. We love you.
Kalita.
You know what? A while back, I asked God, I literally said, "What's my purpose?" I said, "What's my purpose?" He said, "Your purpose is to open up your mouth." And I'm like, I'm always talking. He said, No. He said, when you open up your mouth in a different way, it's going to give people the comfort to open up. You tell your testimony, because the things that I've been through in my life, people look at me and they look at me sideways sometimes, and I don't care. And they say things about me. They say it all the time. Even out here on this app, I've heard people say some really nasty things about me when I tell them about the other part of my life as far as me being a woman. But God began to tell me, open up your mouth, because when a person feels in a safe place, Roger feels in a safe place. And when a person feels in a safe place, they can share. The reason why people don't share, the reason why people don't come through, the reason why people don't have a breakthrough, because somebody has not made it a safe place for them to talk about what's going on. Because when your brokenness begins to talk to you, and your healing begins to come, you need a place that's going to be safe and secure for you to do that. And this is what Roger got tonight. This is why he was able to open up, because the safe is a safe place in here. Uncle will tell you keep it, because not a lot of apps got it, not a lot of platforms got it. You got to keep that safe place, because Roger, in his brokenness, he's talking, he's feeling, and he realizes it. Because men don't open up. Men don't open up. That's one thing about a man, they'll keep it. But for a man to open up, To me, that is showing growth and a breakthrough in a way, and healing in a way that he don't even understand what he just said. So I'm gonna say to you, bro, I love you. You know I love you. And if it takes me to keep telling all my truths each and every day of my life, so you can feel comfortable enough to tell yours, then I'll keep on speaking. Yes, I was gonna leave from out here. I got tired. I got tired. But you know what? I got tired. God ain't. That's the difference. I can say all the time, I'm not coming out here. I can say all the time, I'm throwing in the towel. I can say all the time, I'm going to sit in there and play my sounds. But when God tells me to move, I move. And when I move for something, I don't move just to be moving. I'm moving with a purpose so that I can help somebody else see theirs. And that's the point everybody don't get. We're out here today to help somebody else. It's not about us. It's not about us. What Roger just did was give somebody else hope. He just gave another man hope. Another man able to open up their mouth and speak about what they're going through. That's what he just did. And that's the miracle of it all, y'all. So if y'all can't see that, you can't see the breakthrough speech he just gave. If you can't see the hope that he just gave so many other men that's sitting there going through the same things, but afraid to say something because they're scared what somebody else might say, who cares? Your truth is your truth. Your breakthrough is your breakthrough. And if God got a breakthrough here, it's okay because you got people surrounding you who love God. So Roger, I'm gonna tell you, my big brother, you get on my nerves. Yes, you do. You get on my last nerve sometimes. Yes, you do. But you made me sing to my voice. But I love you with the love of God, and can't nobody take that. And I love you with the love of God and the love of my natural self. Because you, and you don't even realize how you're gonna bring a lot of men together. And you're doing it. Without even realizing. You bring a lot of people together in your boom boom room. You bring a lot of people together in your room. So this is why healing has to come forth. And love is there. But the real love is God. And when you gravitate to God, that love that you're looking for is going to come through. And you're going to know it because the rib is going to fit. So I love you and I thank you for everything that you said out here. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, man, I look beyond the natural and I see directly in the spirit. And what I see, man, my God, I can't even describe it, y'all. This has been something out here today that has even helped me to see another level in myself and God. And it's awesome.
Wow. Man, Raj, again, man, we love you and we all here for you. And I don't ever want you to ever stop believing that and seeing that. We love you, man. We here for you. And I you know what? Today I had I've been doing a prayer whenever I come and I start and do my lives, because usually I sit down and I write something up and then I make notes on that and then I redo it and then I look up scripture to go with it and I just go and keep putting stuff together, and I'm one of them over prepared people. But Kalita said something to me last Sunday. She said to me last Sunday, and she just said it now. She says, when God says to move, just be obedient and just do it. So I started praying all the time now to just be, God, just empty me out. Let me be a vessel. You have something that you want us to say out here. You have something that you want us to do. There is a mission that we're out here for. So I've just been opening up myself, getting out my own way, and just being a vessel. And I'm so happy that I've been able to get out my own way and let us come here and have a space. And Kalita, I assure you, I will continue to do everything, even like you say, even when I'm weak, he's strong. So I understand that now. I truly understand that I'm going to be strong no matter what. And no matter what happens and what comes against us, and we all know we didn't have some stuff come against us, I'm going to continue to be strong. I'm going to continue to call the elephants out, and I'm just going to do what he told me to do, and I'm going to be obedient doing it each and every day. So I thank y'all for being here. Man, we were trying to figure out people. Simone had come in and everything, and I wanted to give her an opportunity to speak and everything like that. I want to give my sister an opportunity to speak. And Simone, you had asked what was going on today, and what was like the topic, and what we're talking about. So it started out with us. A word came to me. It was pressure, because I'm going through pressure. So I said, all right, let's talk about that, because everybody goes through pressure. So it started out with pressure, and then the door swung wide open, and the spirit just swept through this place like you would not believe. Like it just swept through this place, and everything that's being said and everything that's being done just assures me that the spirit is in here. And then Roger was able to have a breakthrough because there was so much love and it was open and everything here. So that's kind of where we are. I don't even know where to start to ask you to start in this, because I'm just moved right now. I really am moved. But that's kind of what we was talking about. So I'd love you to contribute and give us anything. And then I want to make sure I got a few people that haven't had an opportunity to speak in a while. I want to give Noble a chance to speak. I want to give Adante's a chance to speak, and then I want to give Alani. Well, actually, we're gonna do ladies after that. We'll do two ladies. So we'll do Moni, we'll do Alani, and then we'll give Noble and Adante a chance to speak. So Moni, you up?
Well, as soon as you said pressure, the first thing that came to my mind is that in order to become a diamond, you have to go underneath immense pressure. That's what happens to coal. And if you know anything about, and it takes, and diamonds only come out of pits, an actual pit. So when you're mining diamonds, you have to go into an actual pit where they have been under immense pressure over an immense amount of time. Sometimes they don't even know how much time, sometimes millions or even thousands of years, in order to find the diamond. And the diamond is not perfect. It's not perfect. Every diamond is flawed. I don't care what anybody ever tells you. The diamond is actually flawed. And you know that it actually takes another diamond to actually cut a diamond. Really. So if you're going through immense pressure, I always look at it like this. God is placing you under the pressure. First off, if he's allowing it, it's because he already knows you're going to get through it in order to become that perfected thing. You know, I always say silver, gold, and precious jewels. Silver, gold, and precious jewels. That's in the word. Silver, gold, and precious jewels. You do not want to be wood. You don't want to be paper. You don't want to be a rock. You actually want to be silver, gold, and precious jewels. Because silver, gold, and precious jewels don't burn up when you put it in a fire. And that is what God is perfecting. So just remember that when you're going through immense pressure, it's because you can go through it. You're going to get through it on the other side. You're either going to come out silver, gold, or precious jewels. Or if you give up in the midst of, then you had wood. You had clay. So be refined. It's okay to be refined. It's okay to be, it's okay. That's what faith is. That God got you through this. He's getting you through this. You have lessons to learn, again, to become that diamond. And then once a diamond is cut, you have to go through another process of them taking you and actually that pad that actually polishes you. It's not comfortable. So anything that's not comfortable, it's okay. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. But again, yes, somebody said it down there. Kalita said it. But you still flawed. You're not perfect. And it's okay. Be okay with that. Be okay with that. So that's what I heard. And actually, it's funny because that must be the lesson of the week, because that's exactly what, I don't know, I told Chris earlier today, I actually went through a seminar today. And that is one of the things that we talked about in the seminar, was being okay with being under pressure, being okay with being uncomfortable. Because it builds you as a leader. And I landed my plane.
This is this just keeps getting better. Like this just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. Alani, you have something you want to share? You were breaking up, Alani. I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Sorry, my charger was on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Okay, so I like the way Raj came in and said, I listened to Kalida and all, everyone, and then he had this inspiration to talk, and then as he was talking, I was crying and was inspired to say so much more. But I feel like I'm blocked from saying more, to be honest. I think I'm here just to listen tonight because I'm in a place where the pressure is actually so heavy on me that if I start expressing it and breaking down, I don't have anybody to lift me in this moment. It's me and my girl, and I fear that if I actually express things how
Right,
they
right.
truly are right now,
I
there's
understand.
there's no picking me up right now.
Okay.
It will take a while, and I don't have time for that because I have her to
I,
take care of.
I got you. I got you, Lonnie. This is safe. Stand by the fire. The spirit is here tonight. Just soak it in. Take
Yes,
what you need to take from this, and we are here for you. You know,
that's what I
you
want to
can
do.
contact us
Listening is
anytime.
good. Yeah, listening and
I got you.
being here is just good enough.
Amen. I
So
understand.
that's it.
I definitely I understand. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Who? Can y'all feel this? Is it just me, or can y'all feel this? Can y'all feel this? Y'all come off
God
mute and
is,
say it. If y'all can feel this,
God
y'all
is
can say
here.
it.
All
He's
right.
here. He's here. He's here.
Mm.
Don't break it.
Um,
Don't break it. Don't break it. I'm serious. Don't break it. Don't get disconnected because if you come in with something different, it's going to break the connection and it needs to stay here because breakthrough is in the air. And when breakthrough is in the air, you don't change it. You don't settle it. You let it break through. And even though E ain't
Amen.
saying nothing, she's still having a breakthrough by herself and she don't even understand what she just said. What she just said is, if I let this go now, I have nobody. But she has everything she needs, and it's gonna happen. But and she's happening now. Her tears are her breakthrough. Her tears are her breakthrough. Lord, let me shut up.
Amen.
Y'all,
I got you. I got you. Hey Chris, do me a quick favor. Hold on one second. Adante's had his mute off for a minute. So Adante, you want to share something? Then Chris.
yeah, a friend or somebody in another life that I used to talk to a lot, he always told me, you are always coming out with that marshmallow thinking. And I always did that because we seem to be so rigid in life that we think of things one way and we want everybody to either relate or, but normally when I listen to people, I am always not just playing the devil's advocate, but I'm looking at the other side of things. And like I said earlier, things don't happen in vacuum in life. Everything happens for a reason. And to Brother Roger, one thing I will say is I know 25 years may sound long, and in our individual perspective, may feel wasted because we may feel it did not go or end up the way we felt it. But bet you, I bet you, things happen for a reason. And trust me, you are better off than a lot of people that have spent 25 years doing what they feel is going on right and that it's just peachy, but it's actually not. Because it's all for a reason. And when you believe it was all for a reason, then that selfish part of whoever it is that made you feel the way you feel goes away. And you know there is purpose in your life. After those 25 years were not wasted. You did not love air. You loved because you have a heart. And your heart is for you to love, and you did. And believe you did the right thing, and believe that there is more right to be done by you. We love you in this forum. You do a lot for us, and I'm sure that the future is bright. Keep loving because love costs nothing. I land my plane.
Gosh, thank you. Okay, we have a little bit of a situation here in front of us and everything like that. Moni wants to go on, but Chris has been patient, so I'm not getting in the middle of y'all. So between the two of y'all, y'all decide which one of y'all is going first, and I know which side I'm on.
Well, I'm gonna pass the mic, but I just wanted to just give a quick second of support, love to my brother, Big Raj. Thank you for sharing that tonight. You had a breakthrough, just like Unc said, and keep stepping in your purpose, bro. You know we got your back. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I pass it to my wife. Do your thing, boo.
You see how
First,
you
if I
handle
just have to
situation?
say,
Wait, hold on a second before you go, Moni. See how you handle pressure? Sometimes you step out of the way of it and it goes right past you. So I stepped out of the way of pressure right there and put it on them. I put the pressure on them and it worked out perfect. So you up, Moni.
no, he already know what it is. I let my baby speak. He can speak. Um, I don't know what occurred while I wasn't in here, but Roger already know he got my support. I'm his sis for real, and I hope he did relieve a whole lot that I'm sure has been on his heart. And I pray God continues to heal you, Roger. I love you. What I was gonna say was I just left from a charity event. It actually was like an award ceremony for a DV charity that I'm a part of that actually helped me. But and they're still actually helping me with some of my stuff that I've been going through with my own child, my daughter, and but they're an advocacy agency, and I've been with them for the last about, I want to say, 10 years. And I also give back to it within my community, my police department, and everything. So I was there today, and I heard a story that triggered me actually, and I almost left the room, but then I said I'm going to stay despite what I'm hearing, and that it's triggering me out of support. And I think that's what's best, is that we, even if we're triggered in situations, and that we stay, we press through. We're there as support because some of us here have gone through some of the same things. And I feel like we need to just continue to support one another, because something had occurred that it was about a year ago, and the case is still going on for this people's family. They lost their child, they lost their daughter through a DV situation. And it was quite a big case here in Massachusetts. And they didn't get answers, and finally got some answers. And the family was being honored. But the mother and the father actually got to finally speak today. So when someone is able to release what they've had, you know, pent up inside, all they need is to be validated and heard sometimes, and to know that they're supported. So Roger, I said that to say, bro, you're supported. I love you. And I know that everybody in here loves you too.
Hello? Hello?
Live go out.
We're here. We're here. The spirit is just moving. That's
Oh,
why
I thought
it's
live
quiet.
went out.
The
It went
spirit is
quiet.
Oh
moving. It's
no, my
quiet.
bad.
Yep.
I was
It's
actually
okay.
talking, and I had a whole dissertation and everything that I was saying, and nobody was hearing me. But like, let me get
No,
back to
the
it.
spirit was moving. The spirit
Yeah,
was
the spirit
moving.
was moving.
Sometimes when the spirit
The
moves,
spirit,
it's
well,
gonna
we
be
needed,
quiet. Yeah.
yeah, we needed a little bit of a laugh. Okay.
I'm
Yep.
like,
But
oh,
what I did is I put a Roger. Roger's the guy that brings levity to all of our situations. Y'all all know that. Roger is always the jokester. He's the class clown. He's the one that makes us all laugh whenever we get deep and stuff like that. So what I did is we were on Rogers Live earlier today, and we had a gentleman, Everett Bravebore, that came on, and he taught a lot of us a lot of stuff on how to be mods and do different things on this TikTok app. So Roger always, whenever Moni is talking down in the chat, he always, every time, puts in clocks and everything, all of the time. He always puts in clocks. So as Moni was talking and everything, I went to the countdown thing and I put like a little thing of a clock next to Moni, because I was hoping to give him a little bit of levity in the situation and everything like that. So I was just trying to break the ice a little bit, but can't break the ice of this spirit. You was right, Kalita. We can't stop this breakthrough. It is coming like a a roaring man, just roaring. It's just going and everything like that. I again, man, I want to just thank all of y'all for being here today, for just being here today, because we didn't, like, just to give a little background. Dr. G had I told y'all earlier, I was under pressure today to get things done. I was doing a lot of stuff. I was under pressure. I didn't know how I was going to get through it. Again, I opened myself up as a vessel, so I didn't know what I was going to talk about. So I have that pressure as time goes. I see you, Khalid. I got you next. I have those pressures and everything that go on and stuff. Dr. G had a live that she was going to do today, and she had a pressure situation and didn't get to do her live and everything as well. And she hit me up and said, "Hey, what are you talking about today? What are you doing or whatever?" And then she showed up. So thank you for being here, Raj. I extremely thank you for being here, because this is the day for you. This is about you. We need to be here for you today. Alani, as Kalita said, we're here, but you're getting your breakthrough, just like she said. Moni came in late. She didn't know what was going on. And the first thing she says is, pressure makes diamonds, which is what I started out saying right from the beginning. She didn't know that or anything like that. Adante is talking about situations that happened to him. We talked about his come-ups and everything, where they were, knocking him back for everything. So, Chris has been out talking and everything today. Khalid is doing her normal thing of coming out and giving us that fire and bringing a spirit in here. Because she brought it right from the beginning. She was hot and just stayed hot. Terry's been doing his thing. So I am so glad that you guys are here, that all of us are here. This is all about God. He put us here at the right time, at the right place, because it's his plan for it to be the way that it is and everything like that. And I'm just honored, truly honored, that during my, what I'm doing and everything, and my journey and my growth, and I'm trying to grow and try to put what I'm trying to put out there, that I was able to have this happen for me. Just gives me impetus to keep doing it. If I ever had any doubts about doing this, today just got rid of all of those doubts. I have no more doubts. I believe God has us here for a reason, that we're doing what we're supposed to do and everything. And I'm gonna stop talking and everything. Go ahead, Kalita. Bring that spirit again.
Let me share something with you all. I wanted to share this now. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to share a story. If we are comfortable, will we ever call on God? Or is it because we're uncomfortable that we call on God more? Think about that. Just think about that. Okay? When my cousin was sick in the hospital, I had to travel from Texas, and they told us at the last minute. They told us at the last minute that he was sick and he was actually leaving this world. And he's a close cousin. And I haven't cried in a while, but I cried for months when everything happened. But I was in there, and I had this shirt on, and I was trying to find his room and everything, and I had this shirt on, and this lady, her husband had just had an accident, and she didn't know what was going on, and she was in there just crying. But I had this shirt on, and the shirt said, "But God." That's all it said. She looked at my shirt and she broke down crying. And I went over there, even though I was there for my cousin, God had me there for her first. Even though I love my cousin, what I'm trying to say is, you have to have a but God inside of your soul. You got to have a but God everywhere you go, because circumstances going to come. Things are going to happen. And you got to have a but God for yourself. I tell people all the time that but God will save your life, because when you're going through things, but God. When people are talking about you, but God. When that pressure is on you, but God. When the wind get the blowing and you don't know how to stop it, but God. You got to have a but God in you so mighty that your but God will take over every storm that comes into your life. You got to have a but God in you so mighty that when your friends turn on you, but God. When people say you ain't gonna make it, but God. When your children get to acting crazy, but God. When the rent is due and the money ain't coming through, but God. Put that but God in you. And when you get uncomfortable in any situation, know that God is doing his best work. Because God does his best work in our uncomfortable situations. See, Roger got uncomfortable today, but you know what? But God got the glory. Because but God that he got in him, he brought it out. And God gave him a breakthrough in his words, in his speech, because he didn't talk from just talking. He talked from the depth of his soul. And when you talk from the depth of your soul, that but God catches on to your soul and it releases out of you what you've been holding for a very long time. Roger,
Amen. Amen.
don't you
Amen.
dare let that release go. You keep releasing it because this more got to come out. This is just the beginning. But I'm going to tell you this. But God. And I land.
Okay, so I'm gonna design a shirt where it's gonna say "But God." It's gonna say "Take that."
Yeah, I got my But God shirt. I got two of them that says But God.
But
Thank
God,
you,
no,
guys.
but I have to design one for all of us now. So we're gonna have "Take
Yes.
that," "But God." We're gonna
Yes.
have,
Put
you
the but
know,
God first and then take that.
Yeah. Uncomfortable
Not take that.
brings creation.
I'm Dr. G. I'm with you. Not to take that. I am flabbergasted tonight. I can't keep up. I keep
What
mute
say
myself just so I can listen to you guys and everything, and then I start talking and don't have my mute thing on. And literally on my platform here, it has a thing down there that says mute microphone, and I can literally see it, and I'm still talking and have my thing muted. So I'm completely. It's just crazy and everything tonight. But what I was saying was, Dr. G, you always bring it. You always give us something to go with this that we can see it in a different aspect. You bring the knowledge that we need to these things. I'd like if you got anything that you want to share and everything like that. I'd love for you to share.
Thank you so much, Unc. I am just inspired by the testimonies that took place on this evening. It wasn't meant for me to go live. It was meant for me to be right here with the right people in the right place at the right time. Let me share with you a perspective on testimonies that you've heard me say probably before. And this is evident that transpired in this space on this evening. When you share authentic breakthrough testimonies, you unlock the journey for someone else. It's often not about you, it's about those who are listening, those who are struggling in silence. Because when you share your testimony, you're already underway with your healing journey. And always keep that in mind as you are sharing on different platforms and your testimonies and being authentic with your testimonies. For me, and I say this to my clients all the time, share your testimonies. The incredible power that takes place in sharing your stories, your lived experiences that speaks to your resiliency, your faith, your healing, your growth. When people share their testimonies, guess what happens? They invite others into your space. They strengthen others. They inspire others. They empower others. It's an undeniable strength that comes from sharing testimonies through transparency. It's a part of your healing journey. Every day is a healing journey, and you get empowered by platforms such as this. And I'll bring this full circle. Never stop sharing your breakthrough testimonies. The test that turns into your testimonies. You might just save the life of someone else.
Okay, I'm not on mute, so now okay, I'm good. Dr. G, thank you. That brings it the way it needs to be brought. We need to hear this. We need you said it so much. I see you, Terry. I got you next. Like you're right, Dr. G. We need to hear these testimonies. I always say, ain't no gonna be no testimony without a test. And so everyone that has a testimony, everyone that shares has been through something. They have been tested. So that testimony, as Dr. G so eloquently said, that could save the life of someone. And we don't know. We're just being, as Kalita says, we just be obedient. We just be obedient to what's going on. We know when to move. We just know when to move. We're given an assignment and we move when we're supposed to move because we're obedient and we listen. And this has just been amazing. Terry, you got something you wanna share?
Yes. I got a favorite scripture that I live life according to, and this is what I think about as I go through day-to-day life and the situations. It's from Romans 8:31. I'm gonna read it and then I'm gonna explain it. What I'm saying, what it's saying to me. It say, "What shall we then say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us? What should we say to these things? What things? Everything that come against us in life, regardless of what it is, jobs, relationships, finances, whatever it may be. If God be for us, me, us, who can be against us? What do we have to worry about in life if we trust God and He's for us? Nothing, because He's going to make a way out of no way for His children. He's going to go against everything that goes against us. He moves things away from us that are not good for us. And He gives us a blessing afterwards. That's why the Bible say, how can two walk together unless they agree? And it also says that a good person and a bad person can't mix, because God's children in the world don't mix. So that means if we're God's children, He's going to move that person away from that's not God's child and give God's child to His children. Hot and cold water don't come out of the same faucet. You turn on hot water, you get hot water. You turn on cold water, you get cold water. You don't get cold water and hot water out of the same faucet, meaning you can't turn on the cold water and get hot water out of it. So with that being said, no matter what it is in life that we're up against, God is always there with us. All we have to do is depend on Him. Lord, I need your help with this. I need your guidance with this. I need you to fix this. Lord, fix me that I can deal with this. Should be our prayer. That's what I pray all the time. Lord, fix me that I can deal with it. So therefore, no matter what comes against me in life, I know one thing. He got my back. Because I know He knows what's going on. So all I do is say, Lord, you see it. People talk about me, they lie on me, they false accuse me. They befriend me. Lord, you see it. And I thank you, Lord, that you're going to fix it, and I keep moving. Because my trust is in Him. At all times, I trust Him. I don't think about it. I trust Him. You see it, Lord, and I keep going. And thank Him for it, because trials and tribulations, problems in life come to make us stronger. And make sure that we depend on Him. If He give me a light burden, a light problem, and I figure I can fix it, I don't need God. He make it harder, I think about telling God about it, but I can handle it. But when I get to the point where I say, Lord, I need you, that's when He's already there. He ain't gonna put no more on us than we can bear, because He's our Heavenly Father, and it's to strengthen us. for the next round, and then the next round, because as long as we live, we're going to have problems, trials, and tribulations. And we have to learn to turn to him with them all and lean on him. And like Kalita said, but God, that's all we got to do is tap out. Lord, fix it. And we do that and trust him in spite of what we see, what we hear, what people tell us. Lord, I trust you to fix it. He will fix it. All we have to do is have patience. Because he might not come when we want him to come, but he's always on time.
Amen. Amen. Again, I'm flabbergasted. I want to, hey Alana, you want to make this your live and everything you talk, and I can sit back and listen because that's how I'm feeling and everything right now. Anyone else have anything they want to share?
Open. I gotta sing this song. It's cause of where we're at. Open the floodgates of heaven. Let it rain. Didn't God rain tonight, y'all? Let it rain. That's what he's doing in our life. Every time we testify, he's opening the floodgates of heaven. Let it rain. He said, let it rain. 'Cause it's raining. It has rained in here. And the breakthrough came through. So grab on and take your but God. Take it everywhere with you. 'Cause it's raining. Hey. I'm shutting up. I got to. Jesus. But open the floodgates of heaven. Just let it rain. Let it rain. That's all I got to say.
It's open to anybody. I'm not going to be a gatekeeper. I'm going to let this keep flowing. Anybody else have anything they want to say?
You know, there's something about the name Jesus. I'm gonna give you this testimony. What happened to me? I was helping my wife cook, and she told me to go get a pan out of the oven. So I grabbed the oven mitts and I stuck them on, and I burned myself. And you know how you grab a skillet and you're pulling it out of the oven. By the time you get it midair, you can feel the heat. Well, I felt it midair and slung it up on the thing and took the glove off. By the time the pain hit me, instead of me using all them other words that the world uses, I yelled, Jesus. Pulled the glove off and looked at my hand. It was red, where I'd been scorched like third-degree burns. I looked at it, looked for the pain, but it wasn't none. I could see the red hand where I was burned. Didn't feel no pain, but I saw the bruise. I bust out laughing, walked in the bedroom and told my wife, I said, honey, you remember you heard me just yell Jesus? She said, yeah. I said, I just burned myself. She said, what? I touched her skin with my hand and she jumped, said, ooh, that's hot. I said, yeah. But you heard me yell Jesus and I don't feel no pain. Look at it. She said, wow. So the next morning when I woke up, I looked down at my hand where my hand was red from the burn. Looked down at my hand and it was normal. I said, well, Lord, I thank you. And I said that to say that when we call on him, he's already there waiting on us to call. So when we call him, he springs right into action because he's always there. Remember, he said he'll never leave us nor forsake us. So all we have to do is just call his name. And he's there.
Anyone else?
Yeah, let me speak for a minute. I said all that because, as I said before, I was kind of triggered by something. You never know really if you heal from something until you face with something. And after hearing Kalita when she first started and everybody else, it kind of sparked up a memory, if you will. It was so hurtful that sometimes when you feel like you've gotten over something, you say you heal from it. But how many know that healing is an ongoing journey? And a lot of us faced with certain things right now today that we're not speaking on. And that's okay. That's your deal. But with what I went through, I think it'll change the view of a lot of people. Because, when you really want something to work, when you really you wanted things to be like they should have been, of course, flaws happen. And you never just blame the other person because it takes two to tango. I don't care what you say about that. There's always that issue. I thank you guys for all the love y'all express. I appreciate that. That's why so many out there hurting right now today, because no one never took the time to say, hey, you loved, you cared about. Because there's people walking this earth right now today feeling lost, feeling not cared for, feeling dejected, rejected, all the adjected that you can come up with. And I just think it's sad on so many levels that we can get so high that we forget about where we came from or the people that we look down upon. God despises that. And there's a lot of that going on, a lot of nonsense going on, a lot of stuff we've been faced with recently that shouldn't be going on, but it's going on. People don't take it. You get one life, the life that God given you, and you're supposed to use it to your best ability, not to slay nobody, not to put nobody down, not to look down on nobody, because the very person that you look down upon, you might find yourself in that predicament. You might find yourself there. And then what you're going to say, why me? Why did this happen to me? I talked to God on a daily basis when I was going through what I was going through. And I said, why me? And I heard a still voice say, why not you? That's something we got to look at, y'all. Because we could be up one day and the next day we're down. So me, myself, and the way my heart is built, I can't do that. And I won't do that. I said the other day in Dr. G's live, that's over with. I'm letting that go. I shall not resurface that again, because guess what? It's not me, and it's not conducive for my life. I am not a kid. Unc used to bring up his age all the time, not realizing before he was doing it that we were the same age. But I thank God for where we are today. I have love in my heart, guys. Guess what? I didn't have it. I didn't have it before. Before I met God, I didn't have that compassion. I didn't have it at all. But when he stepped into the play, woo, he put something in me that made me care for people, care how people are being treated, care about people who've been trampled over, who've been put down. And we got a lot of that in this generation. This evil, wicked generation that we're faced with today need more love than they do evil. We got enough evil going on. And I choose to stray away from that. Don't want nobody in my life that's about that. Don't like the mess. I don't like it at all. Because at the end of the day, it's only a hurtful thing when you hurt people, man. When you hurt people. And, just to expound a little bit, thank you for allowing me to say what I said, because like I said, I got triggered by something that I had been triggered about in a minute now. It took me 4.5, 5 years to get over that. And I say to the ones that are going through right now, it's all right to let go. It's all right. Because as long as you hold on to it, the more it's going to affect you in your walk in this life. God is so good. Even through all that stuff I went through, even when the negative thoughts that came to my mind at the time, I'm still here. So I'm an overcomer. I didn't give up. Did I want to give up what I had? No, I didn't. Sometimes we're faced with that. And the laws of the land pressure you. That was the topic tonight. Pressure. They pressure you to do certain things. But guess what? At the end of the day, God is good. And a lot of us need to grasp hold to that. You might not say nothing. You might not want people to know what you're going through or whatever. That's fine. But some people have discernment and they can feel it. And they know you're going through stuff. But guess what? As long as you have that bottled up in you, your situation not going to change. It's got to come to the surface. That way when God see it, that letting you know that it's coming from your heart, he can wipe this stuff out of your life. That's the purpose. That was my purpose tonight. I didn't want to get triggered. But when you have the spirit of love flowing around, it shakes up the foul ground and you'll begin to climb up out of there. And I thank God for this time. Thank you, Unc. Y'all, I'm good. Thank you for the love. Thank you for what y'all said, the kind words. Guess what? One day you may need that as well. And guess what? If Roger is around, he gonna give it to you. Thank you, Unc.
Thank you, Raj. I was gonna, you know, open it up for some closing remarks and everything like that, and then Khalida pointed out to me that I think that we said what we need to say. That we'll end this with Raj. I don't have anything else to say to this. This was amazing. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you again. Thank you, Raj. Thank you. I got a few. My hands ain't working right or nothing. I got a few mods and everything that are in here and everything like that. If you guys can help me out a little bit and let's start dropping everybody down and everything. I just want to thank y'all. I want to again let you know, Roger, I love you. I'm glad that we are all here today. I got nothing else. I got nothing else to say to this. So we'll do this another time. We got other stuff that we got to do. If any of the mods can start helping me out, and we learned all this stuff and everything today. Can y'all help me out a little bit? Start dropping people down, cause I'm a little taken back right now. I need a little bit of help.
I can do it tonight. We're not gonna see what Karen say. We'll start with E. E, praise him, no matter what. Praise him, and when it's time for you to let go, you will let go. Hi, love you.
Love you.
Dr. G, we already know that the words you speak is a treat for us. And keep on speaking because we need to hear. We love you dearly, and we so glad you came here. Good night.
Good night.
Moni Moan, what can I say? Girl, you came through and gave God praise today, as you always do.
Praise
But you got to
God.
go. Thank you for coming through, Sister Soldier. Me and you, we never part, and you know you already, sister in my heart. Much
Naki
love.
Dada.
Lucky Dada.
Love you, sis. Love you, sis.
I'm never gonna say your name right, but I love you too, and I'm glad you came through
Ah,
because the words you say has wisdom added, and we need it every day. Because you know what? When you speak, we listen because you look at it a different way, and that's what we need each and every day. Good night.
good night, good night, good night.
Oh, Chris, you already know that you my big bro. We love to see you here. And today you talked, and I was surprised. But what you said brought tears to my eyes. So what I want to tell you is keep on being you. And at the end of the day, never stop praising God. Like Terry, I don't know what to say. I am not going to take it there with you today. So what we going to
Take
do
that.
is tell you good night. And you take it back.
Take that.
My
Take that. Love y'all. Take
big
that.
old crazy mess of a brother you are. Good night.
Good night. Love y'all.
Roger Darja, we know it to be true. God came through the night and he gave you a breakthrough. You keep that in you and never stop because this is just the start of what God is going to do through your heart. Don't change your heart. Just change who you give it to. Good night, my big brother. I love you dearly. Now up, drop me.
I got you. Thank you, Cleta. I appreciate you so much. Love you, sis. I appreciate you.
Love you.
Good job, sis. Good job.
Love you.
Well, everybody, it has been an amazing night. Thanks everyone for being here. Thank everyone that was on the panel. Thank everyone that was there in the chats. Thank you for all the love you guys showed and everything as we were here. We were here for a purpose, and it worked its way out. So we love God. He was here. He had us do what we are supposed to do. I got nothing. I got nothing else. I got nothing else for this. It's what it is. I got nothing. I got nothing else. I got nothing else for this. It's what it is. God bless everybody.